The first reading from Hebrews chapter 2, 5 to 12. For God hath not subjected unto angels the world to come, whereof we speak. But one in a certain place hath testified, saying, What is man, that thou art mindful of him, or the Son of man, that thou visitest him? Thou hast made him a little lower than the angels. Thou hast crowned him with glory and honor, and hast set him over the works of thy hands. Thou hast subjected all things under his feet. For in that he hath subjected all things to him, he left nothing not subject to him. But now we see not as yet all things subject to him. But we see Jesus, who was made a little lower than the angels, for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that through the grace of God he might taste death for all. For it became him, for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, who had brought many children into glory, to perfect the author of their salvation by his passion. For both he that sanctifieth, and they who are sanctified, are all of one. For which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren, saying, I will declare thy name to my brethren. In the midst of the church will I praise thee. The word of the Lord. Your response, thanks be to God. From the responsorial psalm, Psalms chapter 8, verses 2 up and 5, 6 to 7, 8 to 9. Your response. You have given your Son rule over the works of your hands. O Lord, our Lord, how admirable is thy name in the whole earth. What is man that thou art mindful of him? Or the Son of man that thou visitest him? Your response. You have given your Son rule over the works of your hands. Thou hast made him a little less than the angels. Thou hast crowned him with glory and honor, and hast set him over the works of thy hands. Your response. You have given your Son rule over the works of your hands. Thou hast subjected all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, moreover the beasts also of the fields, the birds of the air, and the fishes of the sea, that pass through the paths of the sea. Your response. You have given your Son rule over the works of your hands. A reading from the Holy Gospel of Mark chapter 1, verses 21 to 28. And they entered into Capharnaum, and forthwith upon the Sabbath days, going into the synagogue, he taught them. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for he was teaching them as one having power, and not as the scribes. And there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Jesus of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know who thou art, the Holy One of God. And Jesus threatened him, saying, Speak no more, and go out of the man. And the unclean spirit tearing him, and crying out with a loud voice, went out of him. And they were all amazed, insomuch that they questioned among themselves, saying, What thing is this? What is this new doctrine? For with power he commandeth even the unclean spirits, and they obey him. And the fame of him was spread forth into all the country of Galilee.